our identity. Who are we? So, of course, we are, you could say, as a genus, as a collective, we are the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the last community risen up by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to present Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's message to humanity. At the same time, we happen to be, as I mentioned, inhabiting this planet on the 21st century, an unprecedented time, with unprecedented challenges, with unprecedented inventions, but at the same time with unprecedented opportunities. So within that context, how do we navigate? And we have an identity which is outward, and we have an identity which is inward. And the beginning of our identity begins with this kalima, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, which is an inward statement, which has an outward manifestation. So when we say this kalima, we acknowledge the portfolio of being human beings, and for that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has defined our purpose of existence. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون. So despite the fact that human beings on the planet consider that they have various objectives and various visions in life to accomplish various things on the face of this earth, the fact of the matter is that within a very short period of time we're all going to be residing under the earth, beneath the earth. No one is here in a permanent situation. Nobody is going to live forever on this planet. Even in the case of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala announces, "Innaka mayyitun wa innahum mayyitun." O Muhammad sallallahu, you're a dead man. You're a walking dead person, because there's only one certainty of life, and that is death. And this life is a preparation for that gateway to the eternal existence. And so the preparation of that meeting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that final judgment, which would determine the final abode, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been sending messengers from time to time. Since Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is not preceded or is not succeeded by any other messenger, this ummah succeeds the Prophet alaihi wasallam until the day of judgment. So human beings have been created, as this ayat is very explicit, that they have not been created for the various objectives and the various visions that people have in the world today. If we ask, what is your purpose of life? Why are you here in this world? I'm here to serve, I'm here to create, I'm here to invent, I'm here to build, I'm here to buy and sell, All that is going to come to an end. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who created us, He says, I have created you for one thing and one thing only, to be my obedient servants. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. Ya'budun is a verbal statement. It is a continuous active statement. Usually we read the translation of this ayat that I have not created the men and the jinn except for my worship. It doesn't really give us the true sense of the statement. The true sense of the statement, as far as we can understand and we can elucidate in the English language, would be something along these lines, that I have not created the men and the jinn except to be the most magnificent manifestation of my servitude, cognitively, conscientiously. Everything in the universe is obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, taw'an aw karhan, willingly or unwillingly. The human beings, their speciality, their particularity is the fact that through their intellectual, cognitive recognition of the creator of this universe, seeing his magnanimous favors from without, from within, in the individual, in the family, in the society, in the signs of the universe, وَفِي كُلِّ شَيْءٍ لَهُ آيَةٌ لَدُلُّ عَلَىٰ أَنَّهُ وَاحِدٌ. In every single thing, there is a sign of his oneness, and the sign of his greatness and his majesty. So to live this life of servitude The Prophets ﷺ have come into this world, and they have come and they have left. The legacy is left with us. And in this 21st century, in fact, beginning with the 20th century, you could say, a new phenomenon has become manifest on the planet of this earth, and that is a disconnect, a severing of the connection of the concept of a divine existence and therefore of a divine system of life. As it's said, it's all good, it's all fine, however you feel, So this is basically the religion of people today. What they see, what they feel, what they can understand with their intelligence, with a disconnect with the divine and a divine system of life. And of course, definitely then, a disconnect from the consideration of a divine recompense, a divine accountability. As a result of that, we see the entire humanity in chaos. As a poet said in the 1950s, I suppose it was, he says, the world is in an uproar, the danger zone is everywhere, which is what we see. Conflict, animosity, greed, avarice, jealousy, envy. These are the qualities that we see manifested in the character and the activities and the engagement of human beings one with another. And the only possible solution for all of these difficulties and all these challenges that not only we as Muslims face, not only we in the United States or in the American continent or the northern or southern or eastern or western hemispheres, but the solution of all the problems of humanity, which are unlimited, are only to be found in that risala, in that message from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to mankind. This is our portfolio. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَاجْتَبَاكُمْ وَمَا جَعَلَ عَلَيْكُمْ فِي الدِّينِ مِنْ حَرَجٍ. He's selected you. So we are actually selected for this portfolio. But, as I said, we have a very challenging time. We have a very challenging geographical location. We are by far nothing like a majority, a very small minority of people who accept these concepts. But nevertheless, we are required, and we have been made responsible by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to present this risala and be the means of guidance of the rest of humanity. And if we look at the previous example of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, one man with no resources, with all the resources and all situations and conditions juxtaposed to him, subhanallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought about a success which humanity has never seen previously and will never see again. So it's all doable. Wallahu ala kulli shay'in qadir. So even with our weakness, with our minority status, with all of the sort of restrictions that we perceive, real or unreal, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is fully capable of using us for whatever He likes. But our part of it is intention and action.